How's it going? How's it going? I need to do something, and I need to do that. What the timing? Perfect timing. Let's see here. It's 109. No, 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 no. Here we go. And switch that back on. Hey, Amir, how's it going, man? Atski. Greetings. Kilrasi, how's it going? How's it going? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Switch on the Happy Friday emote. Hey, Hurri, how's it going, man? Good, good updates on Legend of the Cryptids. Here you go, people of internet. Örjan's latest. Boom. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Hey, Algadi. Kilrasi, how's it going? Eric. Ereki Ricky. Ah, Georg, those emotes, man. Hilarious. Easy, Ellen. Quentin, how's it going? Yeah, so this is, I really like the lower part. I think that came off really, really well. There's some stiffness and some unfortunate background flippage that makes it very balanced. And I would have put a little bit asymmetry in here, in the light, just a little bit, so it doesn't come off as flipped. You'd try that, I think, a little bit with the hair, but just for me, it's a little bit too even. Like, let's see, that part, that part reads really well, but it's already here becoming way too symmetrical. And then it's like two different images, but really nice, really nice. I like it. Shout out Örjan. Yeah, so today I felt like I'll just gonna paint something more random, and just I think maybe a goblin or something. I don't know. I want to paint with color today. I feel. So everyone go give Örjan. Örjan can post his URL to his ArtStation. People can go and delve and bathe in the glory that is Örjan. And if anyone else has some cool work, how about we do on Friday? Have anyone of you any new art? Let's look at some art if you got some. If you got some latest and greatest, post it and let's have a look. It's Friday. It's Fantastical Friday. So in honor of Friday, let's
Go streaky, brother, quad!
It's so good. Man, it's perfect. Miller, no, the thing is, people shouldn't be. Yeah, I love it. It's perfect. It's my humor to a T. Miller, you shouldn't be afraid of sharing your art. And if someone is further down the road from you, as in skill wise, see it as motivation. Don't be don't like feel like you're being held back by not sharing your art, because if you, for example, if you only got sketches to show, you might want to rethink, um, like, where is your latest and greatest, you know, in that sense. Uh, and for example, if you see flaws in your work, that's like step one, you know. There is this chart that shows about like progress as an artist, and the idea is like you study and work hard and you add knowledge and you climb the curve, and then it's gonna level off. It's really hard to explain. I'm really bad at explaining it as well. um, let's see if this, that wasn't the best explanation. um, but it's more or less like this. The explanation is like you study and you learn, and then you apply it, right? The functionality of applying the knowledge, and then the the your mind game, yeah, like your intellect, keeps growing after you apply the knowledge, and you feel like you're plateauing, but you're getting actually better, and you're seeing your flaws, and then you apply it, you get to understanding of what your flaws are and a study, and then you apply it and you go up, and then you plateau because your brain starting to catch up to what you can apply. But then when you reach there, like, oh shit, I'm really good at this, and then you see more flaws, and then you study and learn, and then you apply, and you keep growing and growing. So whenever you're at a stage where you think your art sucks because you make mistakes, you should be extremely proud over the fact that you're seeing the mistakes, right? That's that's uh that's a sign for you to work harder, and study the things that stand out for you, that are flawed, and then start like thinking about limiting them and removing them from what you deem as flawed, and then you'll keep growing and seeing more issues with it, new things, and keep growing. And then, I mean, every day I see mistakes every day. I paint when I paint and design and whatever, and it's all about like limiting that kind of defeatist mind state, that, oh, I'm shit at this, but you're actually good. That's the fact that you're seeing that you're bad. you know. Hey Rags, yeah, a little bit of a Friday knowledge drop. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of people can get discouraged about it, but it's really important that you don't get discouraged about it, uh, because when you feel bad about art and you're noticing that you're making mistakes, see it as a good thing, and work on those things and limit those things. The defeatist sense, like Jacob Mobley, for example, he posted on his subscriber sketchbook, like, oh, I'm so bad at noses. It's like step one, be aware of that you're making the mistake, so that you say, oh, I'm bad at this. Well, that you need to be able to see that you're bad at it. Now you have the ability to remedy it, right? You can go and look at it and go, all right, why can't I draw, like in Jacob Mobley, the tip of a nose, the form there, those subtle subforms? It's like, oh, I don't know them. I need to always look at ref, uh, Well, you're answering your own question. In that sense, like, there's no reason for you to continue knowing that you're drawing bad noses if you know that you're drawing bad noses. Go and study the noses, and then you'll add to that knowledge. Yeah, it's one of those. Like they go up and down. Like you peek and notice and peek and notice. Eric, I'm today I'm just drawing a little bit Friday whatevs. Just something. I'm thinking of I'm drawing some sort of goblin or orc or I don't know. I'm gonna switch to colors very soon. Hey Tormund, how's it going? Absolutely, I'm here. Um, Tonku, I was explaining in about not feeling bad about noticing mistakes in your art. That it's a sign of progress in the mental game. You can check the VOD after the stream if you wanna uh, listen in on it. By the way,
Go street keep running quad!
that is so good. That is so good. Tonku, no, the idea is like you're saying, oh, someone is saying, oh, I'm bad at art or I'm bad at doing this. Let's say paint faces. The fact that you're noticing that you're bad at it is step one. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, Georg, yeah, it's so funny. I love that. I love that clip. When I saw it the first time, I was folding in the middle on the floor. Like so funny. I was laughing my ass off. Tomku, yeah, exactly. And what's important then is to kind of, it's a sign that your mental game is catching up with your applied knowledge, and that it's important that you keep pushing because you're reaching a plateau of, you're going to evolve after that point if you put in the time to learn. Hey Kirill, how's it going? I think Kirill, you posted new art recently. Am I right? I mean, oh, it's not the one laugh clip. It's like it just gets better, like a good wine. So I'm gonna spend 5 more minutes on the grayscale. And then I'm gonna start playing around with colors, I think. That's cool, Kirill. Yeah, I think I know. I think I saw you posting new art. Pretty cool. I must say though, I'm really, really proud of you guys of the amount of progress you've made, and I didn't say this enough, I think, but watching the journey of the Unreal Bjornament on some of you as a in the level of finishing abilities, it's crazy to see. Some of you did major, major progress, and that's what I love about applying yourself to something. You know, where in reality it was no different than sitting and doing normal portfolio work, but the fact that it was a competition made you you know, pull put some extra effort in, and just by that fact, like that you're actually trying to apply your knowledge in a in a timely manner, in that sense, you know, that there's a deadline and you gotta perform and so on. There was a huge, huge progress in a lot of you. It was so cool to see. Oh, really, Kirill? That's pretty cool. I was the guy we raided yesterday after the stream. He draws not like stylistically, but his applying, like how he applies brush marks and lines and so on. There's so many people that draws the way he draws, and I definitely don't draw that way. Like what he did when I saw, he was like one line, no, one line, no, one line, no, one line, no, and he was like, yeah, that line was good. Then he rotated, next line, no, next line, no. In a way, it results in a way cleaner drawing. But for me, like I wouldn't be able to stay sane. For me, it's I probably have some sort of you know, like ADHD, or but I just can't. I don't have that patience, like redrawing the same line over and over. Let's check that URL out. Oh yeah, cool, nice type. Oh, I see that one. Very cool painter. Good at the colors and brush marks. Amir, yeah. 1 minute, Algani. 1 minute, Algani, and then I'll switch to color. At 15. At 15, so we are slap in the middle, straight in the middle of the 30 minutes. 1 more minute. I'm stuck in the middle with you. Who of you, Algani, you're Swedish, right? Who else is Swedish? Up in here. Chillstrand, I know, is some other people who's not active anymore in the chat is ballpark. Algani, how old are you? You don't need to be specific, so you can stay somewhat anonymous, but just ballpark. 23. All right. Do you remember were you old enough to have watched a Swedish TV show called Nile City about a radio show with that actor Robert Gustafsson? It was like I think late 90s, if I'm not mistaken, or early 2000s. But if you're 23, it's like you were born 2000, more or less. Right. Yeah. You didn't get it then, if you were like that young. Anyways, it's long story short, for all the non-Swedes, um, it was like a TV show made from one like a group of people who are known as like the funny guys, right? Um, and it was about a radio show called Nile City, and they had all sorts of different radio shows and radio hosts. So each of them went in and did their bit, right? And there was all sorts of different bits in the TV show or radio show, and always one of them was like a mass murderer guy who wasn't in the radio show, but he was listening to the radio channel, and he was like doing all sorts of super weird kinky stuff, like he tied a guy down and had like elbow long rubber gloves and like was playing with a cod in his face and listening to this specific song, like Stuck in the Middle with You. um and I was singing that song in my head, and for some reason I instantly went there. Yeah. You don't understand at all what the funny part of it is, so it was stupid that I even brought it up, but you know, it is what it is. That looks pretty cool. Darken. I kind of like that subtlety. That's also cool, like a accidental yellow triangle. It's awesome. It's awesome. There's inverted. Huh. I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna copy this on a new, go back to that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's nice. I like that. That's cool too. And then I'm gonna play with this one. What do you do? You did that. Dum, 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 dum. No. Eric, the thing with Simon Stålenhag is that he oh, that Photoshop bug. He uses. Come on. Bling. Please not make that sound. Okay, good. Yeah, he uses photos a lot. I mean, that's nothing against using photos, but he shoots his own reference and uses that for his paintings. Like he uses the photos. That doesn't detract anything from what actually Simon Stålenhag or Simon Stålenhag doesn't, for me, doesn't lessen the paintings because he nails the mood, right? But it's a very interesting process, and he's just managed to really nail that the mood of his world, right? Like what the aesthetics of what he enjoys doing. Like the process itself is nothing new. Like it's like that that standard standard saying is doesn't matter if like you're first. It's a matter of like how well you do it. Yeah, he uses photo bashing. Tanium, let me find Simon. You've definitely seen his work, without a doubt. For some reason, it doesn't want to Google. So Simon Stålenhag does these kind of retro Sweden style paintings mixed with like sci-fi elements, and he drives around and shoots his own reference, and he leans on the paintings quite a lot. But the beauty of it is that he creates these super magical, kind of has a retro feel, retro Sweden feel, like 80s to them, mixed with like pools of sci-fi, which is a really cool mixture. Like these things, fantastic. But that's not. So he does these kind of paintings. Really, really cool. Yeah, Stranger Thing is in Sweden. Hey, Captain Jet, like, what up, dork? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, photo bashing, there's no shame in it at all. Yeah, Things from the Flood was one of his latest painting books. People have this um, kind of, they want to shame photo bashing. It doesn't matter. Uh, Big picture, you know. It's all about the end product. The problem is why a lot of people have issues with photo bashing is when certain artists stick too close to the photo and say that they've painted it, right? But in Simo Stolenhag's case, he's absolutely not staying too close to the photo. He is painting his paintings. He just uses photos, period, you know, to get to get his paintings done, and that's, for me, that's fair. I've used photos many times in my paintings. There's nothing wrong with it. People should even. It's a great way to experiment with technique and result. And you lose more by staying away from using photos in your paintings than if you would be using painting photos in your paintings. You gain stuff from it. You gain knowledge from seeing the complexity of photos being applied to your painting. And then if you try to match that complexity with your paint, you gotta force yourself to level up to reach that quality if you want to reach realism. Now, if you don't want realism, there's no need to put photos in your painting, because it, you know, it's counterproductive in that case. Hey, Coldburger Art, how's it going? Welcome, welcome to the channel. But like everything with when it comes to knowledge, using photos as a shortcut is a fair thing to do if you know the complexity you will gain from it by applying it to your painting. But if it's a crutch where you absolutely need photos to even produce a piece of art, because your knowledge isn't there, then that is actually counterproductive. You need to, it's not like, oh, you need to be able to reproduce a photo by heart. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the knowledge that you're using a photo for, the purpose of it, you got to understand it to some degree when you're using it. Temperature, texture, color, whatever. But if you're absolutely held back by if you don't use a photo, you should probably start questioning why you're using photos and to what degree. And if it's better maybe that you take some time to study the things you're needing photos for, be it composition, be it palette, be it texture. Knowledge is power, and using photos is a great thing to do. But people who don't understand usually is very visible in their work when they're using photos, and for what purpose. And usually what that happens also is that they're staying quite close to the original photo, and then that becomes an issue. You know, put a different set of ears on a photo, or on a person in a photo, and then go, oh, I painted this. No, you didn't. You know. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Hey, Silferius. How's it going? What up? Kirill, I never use Mixer Brush. I don't even know how to use it. I haven't tried it. I have no idea what it is. I know it's a function in Photoshop, but... Miller, you have to think, does it matter if someone hates your work? Also, does it matter if someone on the internet hates your painting because you like to use a certain technique and they don't like it? And if you haven't stolen work, if you haven't done anything wrong, but you just painted it in a technique that you enjoy and they don't, you know, maybe you should think about, like, does it actually matter if they don't like it? Oh, fantastic, Sylphirius. Perspective all day long. Örjan, I have no idea how to use it. Sounds great. Sounds like a great thing to use. Personally, I have no idea. I've never touched it. Mm. Nah, I like that red. Let's try another one. Let's try this. I'm boosting to saturation and the colors are already like top saturated. Alright. That trick, would it work then? Let's do a posterize. Let's try this trick. Let's cheat. Yeah. Kirill, teach me, teach me. If you can be on the stream next week, we can do a split screen. You can show me that mixer brush magic, and I will copy the technique on my stream when you stream. Or you can like call me on Skype or over Discord, whatever. I will you can screen share. I can split screen on the stream, and then I will play around with the same settings. How's that? That's cool, Arian. It sounds like a great thing to use as the beginning of a painting. I was you know, I talked before about I was in a part of a secret group about from of certain artists, and what we did on that forum was we skill shared, which was a cool little effort between us artists. Was like, I have this skill set to teach. What does anyone want to trade for it? And then you traded knowledge to each other, like on a talk, you know, not on the forum or anything, but like over Skype or whatever. It's pretty cool. Tanium, yeah, it was like muddy colors, but this was on hidden. It wasn't in public. It was it had a blog, but behind the blog was a forum. That's cool, Kirill. Cool. Yeah, I want to know. I want to learn that stuff. I should learn it. I haven't. I have heard a lots of cool things about Mixer Brush, and I want to give it my twist, you know. Yeah, Tanium. I draw mean box. All right, let's have a look at what's being offered on my list. Girl playing piano, someone playing video games, Zombie World Order doing that portrait. Pretty cool. What are you doing? Angelique Vdmi. All right. Let's deep dive into creative. Tits and ass all day long. Oh yeah, tits and ass. That looks pretty good though, even though it's tits and ass. Some cool colors. But I would look at it for that sake. God damn it. Banner time, baby. Oh no. Oh no. It doesn't look good, does it, people? Let's look at this one. That looks pretty good. Yeah, exactly, Captain Jetlag. Raid Rowdy41. Rowdy41. I really hope that you're online, Rowdy41. Have a great one, everyone. And remember...
Go street team run squad!
Oh, man. So good. Oh, man. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Bye, everyone. Have a great one. See you on Monday morning.